Okay, so we are a little over halfway through the first season of the Halo show on Paramount Plus, and I gotta say, this show is the most inconsistent shit I've watched in a while. Like, at some points, I'm really finding myself to be enjoying the show, and at others, I'm literally forcing myself to stay awake to finish the episode. I wish I could definitively say whether or not it's a good or bad show, but it's just so all over the place. So just what the hell has been going on with this train wreck? Let's take a look. So I made a video when the first episode dropped because it was just so weird overall, and now we are a little over halfway through the season and I'm extremely baffled as to what this show is. I think this show is so inconsistent that it's hard for me to say whether or not it's good or bad. Like, one second you have some cool action set piece with well done CGI, and then it goes to a scene of Master Chief sniffing daisies and listening to music. Like, what? The interpretation of Master Chief in this show is one of the things that really has me scratching my head. In some scenes he's a crybaby bitch because, oh no, Dr. Halsey kidnapped me as a child. And in other scenes, it seems like we get these quick glimpses into the Chief who we know and love from the games, where he really isn't talking as much, and what he is saying is short and impactful. I know the comparisons to The Mandalorian are pretty difficult to avoid, but having two great seasons of a show with a primarily faceless character, it's hard to go into this show thinking just how much better potentially John's character could have been had they chose to go the route of him saying less and rarely taking his helmet off. Showing, not telling is a powerful device in storytelling, and Din Djarin's character in The Mandalorian is able to convey an amazing amount of emotion through just his voice and body movements. I think it would have been nice to see a bit more of that, rather than just have Master Chief take off his helmet every time he wants to cry because of his childhood dog. I feel like the showrunners felt that they had to cater to the lowest fucking denominator because they felt like the audience wouldn't understand how John was feeling underneath his helmet, and I feel like that's just insulting. Like, if you're going to make a show for a more mature audience, then treat them with a bit of respect that they can understand subtleties in filmmaking. We all don't have the IQ of a toaster, so don't treat us like children. Like I said in my last video, he took his helmet off at the end of the first episode, and I was scared that they were going to go the Book of Boba Fett route and have him without his helmet most of the show unless he's in action. And guess what? That's what fucking happened.
Congratulations, you're a prophet.
The funniest bits are when he will put his helmet on and just take it off like 2 minutes later in the next scene. John, keep your fucking helmet on, you slut. However, I think in the strangest turn of events that virtually no one saw coming, we not only got the Master Chief face reveal, but we also got the introduction of Master Cheeks, his full bare ass on display for everyone to see. I honestly have no words. When I saw that, I was just about to go make myself a bleach cocktail because I realized that God has truly abandoned us. I guess that scene was just a warning though, because this show has a thing for showing off ass. I have no idea as to why they feel the need to show off as much skin for some of these characters as they have. Honestly, don't know what to say at this point. Like, really, I can't. All of the other characters in the show have been just kind of meh, from not Dave Chappelle to Quan, Dr. Halsey, and the other Spartans. None of them are really that interesting. I think the only one I'm really interested in is Mackie, the girl who the Covenant are using to get to the Halo ring. While she hasn't really been fleshed out yet, it's kind of an interesting concept having the Covenant using a human on their quest for the Halo ring, so I'm hopeful that they actually do something interesting with it. Now, while the story itself isn't horrible, I mean, it's not canon, so thankfully people can't talk about how this show is the last Jedi of the Halo franchise, ruining everything. It's there, it's weird at some points, but honestly for me, it's really just a device to get to the actual decent parts of the show, which is the action. We haven't seen much action outside of the first episode, but that all changed at the end of episode 5. The final part of the most recent episode was actually pretty fucking good. It was a large-scale action set piece, which did a great job of showing how powerful and threatening the Covenant really are. It was great. They showed off grunts, jackals, elites, and we even got to see Chief go up against a big-ass brute chieftain. Like, this is what I wanted to see from the show. One of my favorite parts is when they showed off the Needler. That shit was brutal. Like, the action is actually super brutal in this fight, and it's great. Watching Master Chief go full Gears of War bashing an elite's skull in with his bare hands definitely gave me a bit of a chub. So to say the show is totally a train wreck so far would be pretty difficult, because every time it starts getting boring beyond belief or way too cringy for my tastes, it sucks me back in with some dope shit like this. But I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. I plan on doing another video once the finale is out, so if you have any suggestions on what you want to see me talk about, do let me know down in the comments. And if you liked what you saw today, leave a like and consider subscribing. I post every week, and if you have something you want to see me talk about, let me know. But that'll be it for me this week. I will see y'all later.